I am speaking with AJ Paratore from GreenBrier Games, and you know, AJ, GreenBrier Games has got a lot of cool little games here.
They do.
And not little, but some of them are fairly big, actually.
Like Zpocalypse, for instance.
Yes, exactly, Zpocalypse. Which, how long has Zpocalypse been around now?
Hey Julie, how long has Zpocalypse been around for?
2 years? 2.5 years? Forever. It's been around forever. Since the dawn of time.
The dawn. There's been zombies.
Absolutely. Julie is one of the game's creators for Zpocalypse.
Hi, Julie.
Hi.
One of the GreenBrier Games All-Stars. I am one of the 3 game creators for Hullbreach.
Hullbreach, which you brought along to Origin.
I have.
So tell me about Hullbreach.
Hullbreach is a fairly quick-paced sci-fi tactical card and dice game in which you assume the role of a space station commander assigned with kicking all the other space station commanders out of your quadrant of space. And you do so by utilizing your per-turn economy here, all the up arrows, there, and adding them to your economy stockpiles to pay, and use those stockpiles to play ships and marines and breakthroughs and all sorts of stuff out of your hand. And what you want to do is you want to assemble a badass fleet of ships and marines utilizing special cards, and you want to send that fleet over to your enemy station, in which he will have ships and marines of his own from his hand. And what you're going to do is you're going to use your ship's stats down here to roll dice and inflict wounds on the opposing ships and the station modules and all that. And ultimately, the game is won by destroying each person's station modules and then destroying their station, or by utilizing your Marines and having them crash into the station, having your Marines come out, and you fight it out for supremacy of both the ship and the station. So if I were to kill the attacking Marine, I would be able to take his ship from him and use it against him.
Nice.
Yep, and vice versa. If he were to kill my Marine, he would be left standing on my station alone, and that would be the second win condition of the game. The game itself, right here, Corporate Wars is the core game, and there we go. Loyalty and Vigilance is the first expansion. It's an LCG model in the sense that you don't need both games to actually to play them, rather. I mean, you can play one, you can play the other.
Oh, so they're standalone?
Yeah,
they go together.
Yeah, exactly. You can use decks from both games against one another. So right here we have an RDF deck down there from Loyalty and Vigilance versus a Corporate Wars deck here, Anaheim. So everything is very well balanced. You can deck build all you want. You can mix and match the cards. Everything you need to play is in the game. So you get the rulebook, the fiction supplement, which is actually opposite rulebook fiction supplement, 3 decks. So every copy of Corporate Wars or Loyalty and Vigilance, every copy of Hullbreach comes with enough stuff for 3 separate players to actually enjoy the game. So you don't need to buy a ton of stuff to actually have a good time. It comes with all the dice, all the components, the target painter, jammer, wounds, and the economy beads as well. So that's kind of Hullbreach in a nutshell.
Now, if people wanted to pick up Hullbreach, where would they go?
They would go either to hopefully your local game store and ask them for Hullbreach, demand it. It is under the GreenBrier Games catalog. So if you can't find it at your local game store, you can find it on GreenBrierGames.com, or you can find it on HullbreachGame.com. If you live in like one of those far-off places like Alaska or Antarctica or Jupiter. So
Antarctica, I was going there next week.
they've got a wonderful vacation area. It's fantastic. But we're trying to support our brick and mortars as much as possible, so we encourage you to buy locally if you can, if they have it. And we're reachable on our website, HullbreachGame.com, if you want to send us a message, or an email rather, and we'll try to get our game into your store.
So what other games does GreenBrier have? Yeah.
GreenBrier Games.
Well, the fact that I played through it makes it a lot easier.
Or actually, it's not in my office, but we have people might be familiar with Zpocalypse. The very well-funded games on Kickstarter. Zpocalypse here as the core game, and then they have Zmergency over there, which is their expansion, which is actually a lot of fun. You play as a group of survivors trying to get to the helipad in a very cinematic sort of environment, and they have a ton of scenarios and goals and stuff. It's a blast. And Zpocalypse has a bunch of accessory things you can buy, like the fortifications pack, which are beautifully modeled figures here that will actually supplement the game. Not just the Zpocalypse game, but you can use them obviously for any miniatures game that you have. And this $25 Hospital Horde, which comes with 24 minis, which is almost $1 a mini, which is kind of incredible.
That is fabulous.
Yeah. And they have several other things as well. But one of the coolest things that they just released, and one of my personal favorites, is Ninja Dice. It is an adorable dice game where one of the cool things about Ninja Dice is it's not only it's not only ninja based, but it's also it's still in the package here. You get several different kinds of dice. You each play as a ninja, and you're trying to overcome the house, the black dice here. And the things that separate this game from most other games is the fact that it's not a game of solitaire. You're not just each player isn't just playing it by themselves, but next to one another. All these different colored dice here, orange, red, blue, represent other players. So as you're rolling your white dice to overcome the various black dice of the house you're trying to break into as a ninja, they are rolling the other colored dice to try to stop you or to try to wound you and take your economy, take your money from them. And it's a press your luck kind of game, so you can keep rolling. But the other very unique game mechanic, which I personally haven't seen, in my incredibly biased opinion, is you see these little arrows here, the little hemisphere arrows, basically, in which where the dice land actually affects the gameplay. So you could have an arrow fired at the white player here or the yellow player, and some of them, some of them can catch the arrow, so they won't actually get harmed by it and get any money stolen. Or you can get like a timer here, which if you get enough of these, it'll alert the guards that people are trying to break into the house, and that player will be out all the money. And of that turn, he won't be able to advance in the game. But it's a very quick game. It's very fun. It comes in a ninja's head, which, come on, that's pretty awesome.
So cute,
isn't it? Yep. So that's a Ninja Dice, and I thoroughly recommend you check it out. And they just had not pictured here is Heavy Steam, which I don't believe is available here. Heavy Steam is a Kickstarter. It's all Steam-based giant fighting robots. And Julie, how would you describe Heavy Steam, very briefly?
Heavy Steam. You are the pilot of a massive steam robot in a Victorian steampunk war, and you are bashing it out against another giant steam robot. And so you are using your resources. It's a resource management game, but it's also tactical. And in the end, it ends when somebody blows up. You either blow up your own opponent, or if you're not good enough at resource management, you might blow up yourself.
Nice. That's on Kickstarter now, or it's been Kickstarted?
It's been funded on Kickstarter, so right now it's in production.
Nice. And Gen Con maybe? A year from now?
Definitely a year from now. I'm not, but beyond that, I'm not, we try not to make...
Well, we'll keep everyone updated.
We'll keep everyone updated. There's a good answer.
Absolutely.
All right, well, AJ, Julie, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting us spend your year.